ना हाँ एयरपोर्ट यूजर कॉन्फ्रेंस जो है ना स्टेक होल्डर
It is here. We are very happy.
President will
part
also-
of the discussion and deliberation.
right president will also join
I want to meet.
a great opportunity to flag the issues and concerns of air travelers with the stakeholders, particularly when they announce that what they are going to provide for passengers. And we, under the leadership of President Air Travel Association, Mr. Indira Singh, we were able to attend and flag the concerns of air travelers in an effective manner. Follow this short clip of about 20 minutes, and this was a half-day session. Enjoy the proceedings.
That also is going to happen. So all these things, at metro and the road, always we continuously work to see how best our passengers, our customers can reach airport hassle-free. We will see where best without signal free can you reach. That is our intent. So whether inside the airport, within the airport, outside the airport, we will always see bother concern about convenience of the passengers. And the CEO also is working. Next area is that pre-USA clearance is already working. If it happened, they will be the first airport in India, and lot of passengers who are going to USA will be able to complete here itself, and then they'll be able to exit within no time. And technology, everything, whatever best is possible, we are adapt, and we always look for even feedback, session be done. It is not that we are experts everywhere. Maybe you will give some ideas that also will take into account. We will be submitting this master plan of 2027 date by end of next month. By end of September, once in a 10 years development, we will be submitting to see what best is possible, and we will take your suggestions and your feedback into the master plan, and then we will submit to government. Thank you very much for participating, and it gives great pleasure to see you all in this event. Thank you.
Help us mitigate this condition, and for which a flyover project is under discussion, and we are hoping that rides, when they submit their multimodal connectivity to IGIA, would be very important, and these 10 projects have been identified by our team of consultants sitting with various stakeholders, ministries, and these projects are under planning, different stages of planning, sanction or construction. So one by one, if we say that, okay, Dwarka Expressway extension, so which is this road which connects northern part of Delhi with the recently constructed UER Expressway. So this is one major project which will help us in decongesting the NH48.
And how do we deal with that growth? We also looked at adjacencies, the road connectivity. Many of you may already be knowing, but we work very closely with the government to ensure that the connectivity to the airport is in fact enhanced as we go along. When we took over the airport, there were hardly 4.
The opportunity to develop more capacity with Terminal 2 in future.
So that's something will depend on a lot of other factors, including the airspace constraints that we can manage and navigate, and the developments in the ATC management. If there is an enhancement, if there's changes which are coming in, more technology coming in. So there will be options, but I think we are at this juncture restricting it to 125, given today's realities.
That's right. We buy aircraft to operate them for the next 30 years, right? So 10 years is good, but 10 years is not enough for our planning horizon.
I understand, and the kind of orders you have placed, naturally, a very clear indication of that you are hungry for growth. And we are looking at this juncture, and beyond this, beyond.
So the second question I had pertains to the customer experience. You've talked a lot about the physical infrastructure and physical capacity, but I don't see anything here on what is actually the customer experience. We spoke about wanting to make Delhi a major hub, which is predicated on being competitive with other hubs around the region. For example, security continues to be a headache and a bottleneck, particularly for premium customers. The physical environment doesn't seem to allocate enough space for that presently. When we add another 50 million to the airport and another 20 million to T3 in particular, I'd like to have some more comfort on how we're going to make sure that that customer experience is an acceptable one, and also that we're decongesting central choke points so that we can facilitate transfer traffic without people having to walk half a kilometre to a security point and then walk half a kilometre back to the gate.
So I think you're asked two questions. One is, are there going to be enough facility for screening as we go along to expand? Yes, we are planning for a new screening facility for the new pier. So that's one element. Then we are working on bringing in more technology, be it full body scanners, the CTX machines. These are all things that are on the anvil. As the BCAS regulations come more clearer and more clarity comes into the entire process, these will be inducted. Already in immigration, for example, there is already in sense of the FTI-TTP which is happening, touchless immigration. So technology is evolving not only with the airport but also with the stakeholders who are supporting the entire process. In fact, the CTX machine capacity is significantly higher. I mean, from the same lane we'll get much higher throughput for security. So therefore, we believe that in fact, the security capacity will go up in the same space available. And we do look at the entire flow for the passenger experience from the check-in. The check-in counters will be increased. So various things, including, I was talking also to the immigration authorities. They are today experimenting with a walk-through immigration in one of the facilities in India, not in the airports, but at the seaport, where they are actually looking at the person just walks through and they gets immigration, like what you see in Dubai. So they are also evolving. So there are technologies that's coming in the annual and which will enable this to happen. So if you want, you can just come and add some things to these elements of the security. Mr. Ganpati is our the security.
I'd just like to supplement a little bit. I think over the next 2-3 years, we are going to see much change in how security processes operate in Indian airports. Largely, it will be technology driven. I think the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security right now is working quite seriously on introducing FPS in all the airports in a time-bound manner. That would vastly increase the throughput. And another area which I think sooner or later will have is the CTX machines, which will also increase the security process significantly. In addition, I think there is an emphasis on reducing the use of human hands in security and going more towards AI-driven solutions in the form of CCTV network, which throws up alerts, which sort of trigger any kind of security situation. So generally, I think the customer experience is bound to improve, significantly over the next few years. But all said and done, every country has its own security situation. The condition in Europe will be quite different from a condition which obtains in India. We also have different kinds of security scenarios. So each country builds up a security system based on its own needs. But that said, I think the customer experience is going to increase significantly in the next 3-4 years, and slowly we are seeing it happening right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ganpati. Just to add to one more element which perhaps has got discussed a bit, is the introduction of more and more technology into our airports. We are looking at various, in fact, we are expanding our AOCC into building a new epoch, which is a significantly larger facility with much more AI-enabled tech, which is going to enable us to manage much more efficiently and predictive technologies and predictive abilities which will enable us to align the stakeholders more closely. In fact, this will be available to all the stakeholders so they can plan better. So these are things which are coming in. And on the air side also, we're working on various things on turnaround management, how do we improve the airlines to turn around. So these are things which are already in the pipeline and will definitely work in increasing the capacity.
All right, sir. Is it working? Right, sir. Mic is not working. Hello. Right. And good morning.
Good morning.
Compliments to DIVE for all the effort you have done and you are continue to doing it. Question comes to my mind. I had two questions. One has been very well covered up by the DG when his person stood, because he knows the pain of human interaction involved in dealing with the passengers everywhere, and I had that question in it. But I wanted that to be extended beyond security also. Everywhere, wherever we can introduce machines, that will be good, because human interaction disturbs everything. My question is that since we have got some past knowledge, and you mentioned about the Shiv Murti, have we removed any kind of displacement which is causing because of infrastructure loss because of Shiv Murti, or it is still there? If you can just clarify on that, that's all. Thank you very much.
So thank you for the question. There are two elements of the question which I can understand. One is on introduction of technology just beyond security, also to look at various elements. So DigiYatra in its form is something which GMR also worked very closely with the government, and today it's a reality. DigiYatra is being introduced into the international side also shortly, you are aware of that. And it's also going to be introduced in check-in. It's also going to be introduced in the boarding. So of course, certain times the airlines believe it's faster to board without the DigiYatra. So there are things which we have to work on that element, which is there. And then we are introducing various technologies. It's may not be part of a master plan presentation like today. We do, I can be very upfront about that. We do look around the world, we keep an eye to this thing, we keep collaborating with various airports. We are part of forums where we discuss what are the latest available options. We do visit, and in fact we have something called an Innovex, which is we collaborate with the industry to co-create technologies in this thing for the various elements, including one simple thing which I can tell you is for the purpose of ensuring that there are no unauthorized parking on the road which we intend to congest. We are now using CCTV along with the Delhi police, that these numbers which of the vehicles are parked on the road can be captured and challened. So there are methods in which we use technology. We see the pain point, we go to the tech experts and say, this is the pain we are having. Can you help us create a solution? So we co-create solutions. We know the subject matter, they know the tech. So that's how the combination happens on that element. The second question was more to do with the displaced threshold which was there with respect to the one runway in particular because of the Shiv Murti. There are now some changes which are coming through the ATC. I think Arunachalam is here. Yeah. So Narendra can come and explain, but the moot point is that the displacement is now being reduced significantly.
This Shiv Murti is really a matter of concern. They exceeded the permitted height beyond NOC by 11 meters. So because of sentiments, all these things, now ICAO is relaxing the technical norms. DGCA and Airport Authority are working by next year 2027 winter. Today, out of 4.5 kilometers of runway 3, 11 by 29, we are not able to use 1462 meters. Actually, 1/3 is blocked. So in the new system, they are reducing from 1460 meters to 650 meters only. So 812 meters will be released. So it will be flexibility and it will improve the capacity. Both because it requires some changes in that DGC is approving. ICAO also agreed. So by next season, it will be only threshold instead of 1460 meters, 650 meters for runway 3.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Dinesh ji has a question. In the first phase, we are already expanding the capacity to almost 3 times, and then I think offering further increase.
722 million, 7 lakh moments that we are planning. I think belly capacity will be much more at that time. So probably, domestic also you have to concentrate. It's a good revenue. You have to make 2-3 times the terminal rather than,
No, actually the terminal capacity, if you see, it's a matter of somewhat...
Thank you so much.
Vipin, can I borrow your mic for a second? Sure. Since Vipin was flagging some points, one point came to my mind. I was thinking he will cover. Being little selfish, you talk about the PRM. In PRM, you also include the senior citizens, because many people ask for wheelchair, many hesitating don't ask. So please take care of senior citizens also. Compliments to you, whatever you're doing. I'm not complaining, but it's some kind of point I'm flagging. Thank you.
So I think we do have a reasonably good buggy system which works in the
Yes.
terminal, and we are trying to see if we can provide. I mean, we have introduced that in T1 also. We have some challenges in T1, but we are doing that. Of course, T2 is a legacy terminal which we inherited, so not much of a possibility there. So wherever it's possible, we do try to, and the intent of the buggy is not only to move the PRM, but also to move the people who are senior citizens, so maybe even other people require that. That will continue to be there, and we'll keep looking at seeing how to be further improve the efficiency. With respect to having a dedicated terminal for a specific sector or
Meeting had a very good discussion on traffic forecast, methodology and the results and the trends, the global best practices, and then a good discussion on capacity gap filling, presentation and recommendation. And to we AI people, this graph was very dear to us, and we see it growing and blooming day by day. It has new strides are being taken, improvements are happening, a very good detailed plan work was done, everyone appreciated, and Air Travel Association also flagged the concerns and requirements, needs of air travelers. Particularly, we flagged the requirement of senior citizens and PRM passengers, and it was duly recognized, acknowledged by the developers. Air Travel Association was able to flag the concern that the facilities shall be provided at the airports directly commensurating with the growth in the traffic in a most economical manner with lowest possible user charges, and operator shall maintain airport facility and its operation with best possible service levels using technology and people on duty. Meeting ended with a vote of thanks to all present, and they promised that they will bring out this in a form of a report and submit to MOCA.
Mr. Ganapati, our Executive Director of Security, thank you for joining us. From all of us here at ACOM 270, the Dial Master Planning Team, GMR, GADL, we're working hard to take note of your observations, your comments, your questions. We will prepare a summary. The summary of questions and answers will also be included in the submission to MOCA. And so also appreciating the comments coming from AAI. That really brings us to Elias here, but we're on cue for lunch. We're having some food to follow, so please join us for some refreshments. And really coming to join us here today to share your views and to share our passion for creating one of the greatest hubs in Southeast Asia and in the world. This is a long-term process, great partnership, so we appreciate all this feedback that we've received today. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Right, sir. Good. It was a nice meeting by the GMR on the master plan. The vision is very good. ਕਿੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਫਰਟ ਅੱਗੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਬੈਠੋਗੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ